Men, males in the audience, people that identify with penises. Thank you for being here. I hate my intros. My intros are getting worse by the day, but with worse intros comes better news. And today in the better news department, we have Snow White sued for anti-male sexism. Wow, that's crazy. This video came out yesterday. Apparently, Elon Musk might be suing Disney, might be suing Snow White. We've already covered the Snow White fiasco in the past. It's been a bit of a nightmare. For those that are uninitiated, Snow White has become a battle that has far surpassed anything we have ever expected before. It started off with Snow White actress Rachel Ziegler becoming one of the most hated actresses of all time, getting fired from all future projects with Disney for being an absolute piece of garbage doo-doo, really just spouting political jargon that directly oppose her co-star Gal Gadot, who she hates, the actress of The Evil Queen. Ironically, the entire internet is somehow rooting for The Evil Queen, which makes this instantly one of my favorite dramas of all time. Yes, Snow White did CGI all the male actors out of the film. No, I don't think that is why this lawsuit is happening. Yes, I think it is very funny because it goes to show that Disney is absolutely in the shitter. And no, I have zero bad feelings about laughing at these absolute idiots try their best to tread water when they will inevitably drown. Oh, and also hello to all the women in the audience. Today we are making a pro-women video. A shout out to women in general. Rachel Ziegler does not speak for you. I just realized they never welcomed the women. So welcome women! Let's go. All right, all 4 women in my audience. Let's put our heads together and laugh at the fucking morons in Disney.
So I'm sure we all witnessed the explosive
In before Mr. Beast says, oh no, this dislike ratio? No, it's 99.4% like. Mr. Beast, just like Mr. Beast. Disney and Mr. Beast sitting together with the same dislike ratio of 99.4% likes. I have one thing to say.
Women.
Oh God, gets me every time. Anyway.
Reaction to the Snow White trailer just a few weeks ago, and I think it is now extremely obvious that Disney's decision to delay the Snow White movie over a year hasn't worked in reducing the backlash for the film at all.
Yeah, reducing the backlash of the film. That's a good one.
We are screwed.
Hey, I don't want to hear that defeatist attitude. I want to hear you upbeat.
We are screwed.
Yeah! Woo! Screwed! Woo! Let's go! Yeah! I came here for wholesome family fun, and I ended up watching a weird porn fantasy of Disney executives getting screwed. No one is into that shit, but I am now. New kink unlocked.
As the reality is, this movie is a ticking time bomb that is doomed for failure and may possibly end up being the most hated movie in Disney history.
Now, everyone is probably thinking, oh, this is so bad. Disney literally cemented our childhood. Yeah, nobody's thinking that. I literally created an entire entity of people that don't exist, but I'm gonna address them anyway, making believe that they do. You are an idiot if you think that, which you probably do as an entity that probably exists. Disney failing is the best thing that could possibly happen to people like me. People who love chaos, I mean art. People who love art like me respect the idea that if you make bad art and it fucking fails, this is a W to create more art. So if you're like me and enjoy a good helping of chaos, I mean art, you too should appreciate that these f***ers are f***ing themselves in a weird public masochism humiliation fetish ritual, the likes of which we have never seen before.
But even with the huge amount of backlash, something I haven't seen many, if not anyone, talking about is if there were actually other reasons for the Snow White movie being delayed.
Oh shit. Are we getting a new lore drop? As you know, I consume all lore, whether it's obscure video game franchises, ancient alien literature, or controversy lore. I do love me some IRL lore.
And possibly even some legal reasons it was delayed, and more importantly, changed and reshot.
Oh,
because it was a few months ago that we saw Disney was being sued for discrimination against men.
No way, dude. How can you get... This is the easiest layup of all time. All you had to do was not be sexist, you fools.
And also discrimination against certain political opinions, as Elon Musk personally funded 2 lawsuits against Disney, one being Gina Carano's discrimination lawsuit, and the other one being a civil rights complaint for discrimination against men. With this,
the rare Elon W shines through the clouds, pierces the foliage above us. Ah yes, bask me in your glory, Mr. Musk.
leaked video of a Disney VP allegedly serving as evidence for this case.
Certainly.
Oh, I've seen this clip. Yeah. I didn't even realize this was still going on. Yeah, I've seen this clip.
There have been times where, you know, like, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
There's just no way we're hiring a white male. And he doesn't even think he's being interviewed here, right? This was like a, undercover journalist.
Unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken.
It's an unspoken rule that you hate men? No, it's spoken. What are you talking? No, I just want to be clear. Puts his dick on the table. Men, stay away.
But
How would they say it?
there's no way we're hiring a white male person over here.
Like straight to you, or
Holy
okay?
shit.
They'd be very careful how they message that to agents. We wanted to hire somebody in the department a few years ago now who was half black, but didn't, like, appear half black.
I'm in fucking Lululand Nightmare World, right? They didn't want to hire a half black person because they looked too white. This is actual fucking dystopia land. How on earth do you fucking do that?
And there was a creative executive who was like, we're not, like, that's not what's wrong. Like, they wanted somebody in meetings who would appear a certain way, and he wasn't gonna bring that to the meeting.
You could technically do half blackface, and then you'd look black, and then we could hire you. Don't worry, Disney. You just hire me, I'll solve all your problems. Listen. The cure to any good sexism is just some nice amount of healthy doses of racism. That's what I always say. That's not what I always say. That was a joke. All right, Arbiter of Chaos here. I like fucking around and making fun of idiots online, but it is not what I say. That is not a Nux quote. It is not going in the Nux bibliography of fucking awful shit that I say accidentally because I think it's funny, and then I realize after I canceled for it on Twitter, it possibly could be taken out of context poorly. We're not talking about that. We move on.
You know what? Is that actually happened? Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how, like, just...
Oh my god!
And so, on first glance, it just seems like a general complaint against the company of Disney, but when we actually
that is definitely what it looks like at first glance. Them being sexist, yep, looks like a complaint.
look into the entire situation, it seems that the Snow White movie could have played a big role in this case if it were to go to court.
That's crazy. Oh, this Snow White. Aside from pissing off the audience, the fans of the original Snow White, the fans of future Disney projects, pissing off Peter Dinklage because they removed all dwarfs from the fucking show. They're literally replacing humans with CGI, upsetting the everyone. They've upset everyone. Oh my god. The fact that now the two co-stars of this movie are fighting about political shit on the timeline. Like, guys, you're also getting sued for this? This is like a glorious dumpster fuck of a situation, and I am so happy I am here to witness it. This is what I'm talking about. There is chaos all around us. Learn to enjoy it.
As it may represent the current culture of the company and may be used by lawyers to paint a picture that goes against Disney. Because it was exactly around this time that the legal dispute arose that Disney then announced that they were cancelling multiple projects and were also around that time filming reshoots on the Snow White movie. Now, I have to believe that Disney is smart enough to know that no amount of reshoots on the Snow White movie would be able to save it from its certain doom.
Sorry. There's just a thing about the absolute failure of a fucking corporate juggernaut that just makes me giggle in glee a little bit like a teenage girl. I am very excited for the inevitable response videos. I'm very excited for after Snow White flops, Rachel Ziegler goes on Twitter and posts her 8-minute long Twitter post saying, "So we've been receiving a lot of vitriol and bigotry from the alt-right, which is why people aren't watching this movie." And then everyone will clap in unison and completely agree. Just like how the Star Wars Acolyte actress literally did that.
But perhaps they had to change specific scenes that could serve against them in court, and that was the reason they did reshoots.
That's crazy if that's true. If that's true, that's wild. If that's true, no way. They're reshooting scenes that they don't want to get sued for when they release them? Holy fuck, this is like taking terrible Nux analogies out of my videos so I don't get canceled for it on Twitter. I pay my editors top freaking dollar to take out all of the fucking shit I say. And you know what? They leave it in on purpose. Those pieces of shit. No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. But seriously, protect your boy.
Because recently a leaked scene from the Snow White movie has emerged on the internet.
Wait, really? I'm surprised this version doesn't have a straight white man as the villain.
And it sparked a massive reaction from people online accusing this scene of sexism.
I don't know if you guys noticed anything different about this scene compared to the original, so I went ahead and made a little clip just to show a side-by-side comparison.
All right.
Now you wash the dishes.
That is a totally different sentence with that intonation.
Tidy up the room.
You tidy up.
You clean the fireplace.
You clean those cobwebs.
And I'll use the broom.
He'll use the broom.
Oh! No! The nerve of this bitch! She breaks into their house. She freeloads in their bed. Instead of saying, you wash the dishes, you tidy up the room, and I use the broom. Instead of that, it's, you do this, you do that, you little slaves. See, this is the type of shit that my editors should definitely cut out that they won't. But that's what I'm saying. What? Dude, I thought the complaint here was gonna be that her intonation was all fucked up. That her intonation was like giving orders instead of divvying tasks. But then she gives the broom to the guy? Oh my lord! Yeah, this might change in the actual movie, because if this comes out, then they might actually get another fucking head on their wall for the sexist lawsuit. This is crazy. Oh my god. I thought it was like a tone problem, but she actually gives the fucking broom to the dwarf at the end too.
Just slightly.
Even the CGI dwarf was surprised of the audacity of this bitch.
Different, isn't it?
Because people are saying, in contrast with the original scene, it shows that Snow White has now been changed into a character that bosses the male dwarfs around, and rather than helping them, she actually just forces them to clean. And
I remember when this happened in Adventure Time.
Your constant harassment of the female gender makes me sick.
Except replace female with male and send this to all the executives at Disney. What the frick, brother? Can we please get like a crazy twist at the end? I'm telling you, Disney, you want to win faith with your audience? Subvert expectations. Let the evil queen win at the end. God, Disney, I am telling you, I will stake my reputation on the line! Disney, if at the end of this movie there's a twist, it turns out this Snow White was just like a jerk and a bitch and a power-hungry, vindictive character, and she loses at the end. The evil queen fucking kills her because she was gonna be bad for the nation, and she actually survives. She rules at the end with an iron fist because it's what the people need. If you end the movie with that, she becomes the fucking dictator, and she does it as a self-sacrifice for the people because Snow White is literally that awful. That would be the fucking most awesome shit ever. And then she eats her heart and defecates on her body. Okay, you don't have to include that last part. I think that would be cool for dramatic flair, but you could literally twist this all around. It would be so based, Disney. Oh my god.
And people are also saying that through Snow White's tone, she makes out like because they are male, they don't clean or do any work.
Okay, it's a stretch. Probably accurate, but a stretch.
And now, despite your opinions or mine on what this scene represents, the fact that it has caused this big of a reaction shows how many people out there view this as discrimination, and how this could have served against them in court as a way of showing the current culture of Disney being against the male gender. Also, it could be coupled with interview clips of Rachel Zegler, where she joked about her male co-star having his scenes removed.
Just a guy in the movie, Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's
Who knows? We might cut all of the male scenes.
Hollywood, baby.
And lawyers could then try and use this all together to paint a picture against Disney.
There is a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Okay.
You clean those cups. He'll use the broom.
She's gonna be safe with the prince, and she's not gonna be dreaming about true love.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken.
And potentially win the civil rights complaint.
Yeah, actually insane. If they are actually reshooting scenes and changing shit because they don't want to make it look like they hate men as much, that would be really wild. God damn. I don't know. I feel like this video is definitely, it's definitely a well-documented video talking about all the bullshit that Disney has been pushing. I think that is true. Realistically, I don't think that this is necessarily the grounds for the lawsuit, but Damn, bro.
And so, what if this leak scene is actually something that they went back and reshot and changed it from the scene that we saw there to something that's a little more down the middle for the final film? Now, I'm not saying that it is something that they've changed, I'm just simply asking the question, because I can see that if I was Disney and I had lawyers accusing me of discrimination against men, then I would panic over this scene and I would go back and change it too. Because it's very clear that Disney have been making changes ever since these legal troubles popped up. I mean, we saw the president...
Wait, it's been confirmed that they actually did make changes to the movie because of this weird sexism lawsuit thing? Disney's live-action movie boss is leaving as Bob Iger struggles with flops and proxy fight with Nelson Peltz.
Of Disney, quote-unquote, part ways with the company. Then we had the marketing for Deadpool be extremely fan-centric, with it all being focused on how much they want to serve the fans and give them something they enjoy, and not focus on messaging.
Based. I don't know. I've been a huge fan of the marketing for Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, didn't see it yet. I am planning on going soon, but didn't see it yet. That said, they fucking killed it with the marketing. They actually promoted a product to people that the people would want to see instead of promoting what they want the people to be like.
But just pure fun and entertainment.
Yeah.
Life is hard for a lot of people out there, and it's been that way for a long time. And just for people to walk out of that movie theater feeling like they just had the best 2 hours of their entire life, something that is like unexpectedly moving, but still retains all that audacity and you know, sort of wild subversion that you come to expect with this character in this world.
Then
it's so funny. It's like you see Ryan Reynolds promoting Deadpool, and he's like, I want people to walk into that theater and have a fucking great time. That makes sense, right? That's the thing that I would expect most people to say. Then they interview Rachel Ziegler. Don't be surprised if we cut out all the scenes of the men in this movie. It's not 1937 anymore, so the prince might be excluded. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be promoting the movie.
We also, of course, saw the biggest announcement of all being Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU.
I think that's cringe, by the way, to be honest, unless they actually write it into the plot somehow. I'm sure they'll find a way. We did do a lore dive into Robert Downey Jr., like Iron Man and Dr. Doom actually switching bodies, that whole fucking comic story. We did do a lore dive on that one. So if they do something like that, I would respect it. If it's just for fan service, I think that's cringe. I'm not gonna lie, I do think that's cringe. But at least they are doing something to make fans happy. Realistically, that is what they're doing, at least. Ryan Reynolds turns to the audience, have a good day. Rachel Ziegler turns to the audience, fuck you. Like, that's the difference.
So quite clearly, they are in a period of massive change and massive rebranding, so I really don't see it as out of the realm of possibility that Snow White was a part of this change and is playing a role in the rebranding of the company.
I do think that it is playing a role in the rebranding. I don't know if the reshoots, see, the thing that I don't know about, and I'm skeptical, is if the reshoots are to avoid a potential lawsuit for being sexist. I do think that the backlash is definitely going to change the perspective of the company. With the failure of Star Wars, the failure of Snow White, these are massive IPs. These are OP IPs in the industry that should have been easy dunk wins and a crazy, just free money, and they fucking failed. I'm just saying.
Because the movie is set for disaster at the box office anyway, but one thing they can try to make sure of is that there are no scenes in the movie that can be used by audiences to attack the company once again for discrimination against men. Because the reality is that a good story that doesn't attack or diminish any gender will succeed. And I think Disney have learnt that lesson, especially with Deadpool 3, where the movie had a diverse cast and also had a villain played by a non-binary actor, and the movie wasn't attacked at all.
It's almost like the diversity stuff in movies is not hated by people because the people are racists. It's almost like it's because the writing is shit. It's what I've been saying literally this whole fucking time. Wait, Deadpool was a success even though it had a diverse cast and non-binary characters? Yeah, because Deadpool's fucking fun. It's almost like it's always been the writing that's the problem. And the diversity thing has never, ever been a point of criticism for diversity's sake. No one hates black characters because they're black. People hate shows with terrible writing. That's it. I've always been saying this. And the reason why I shit on The Little Mermaid is because The Little Mermaid remake was dog shit. The plot was fucking ass. All right? Get out of here. But Like, every time something gets hate, like The Acolyte. The Acolyte was an absolute dog shit show. It was so bad. Moist Critical made like 4 videos hating on it, okay? I made videos shitting on it. Everyone made videos shitting on it because it was bad. It was so bad. It was awful. And then they're like, oh, the alt-right hate The Acolyte. Yeah, where's the alt-right when it comes to Deadpool, huh? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Because the movie was just simply fun and entertaining. Also, the villain gave a great performance, and so did the rest of the cast as well, so quite clearly diversity can be achieved without it resulting in hate, and so—
Nux, you don't count, you shit on everything. Shut up! I shit on things because I like to, okay? My anus needs exercise, goddammit. Subscribe for more anus.
Called review bombing, and Disney just need to find a way to continue that moving forward and just find a way to please their audiences once again. Yeah. So if I can give my 2 cents here at the end, it would be to tell good stories and you'll succeed as a company, the way that many diverse projects from the Spider-Verse, even to the MCU Spider-Man trilogy did as well. So quite clearly you can be diverse and still succeed with your movies and succeed as a company, and you won't end up being hit with these discrimination lawsuits.
Realistically, Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movies of all time. So anyone coming at me for being like hating The Acolyte because I'm a racist or whatever, which has been heavily implied by a lot of people, yeah, you could go take that opinion and use it as a dildo and fuck yourself with it. Because I think that with a big sigh, because I feel like I've said this so many times before, with a big fucking sigh, these people are disingenuous pieces of shit that promote their agenda through any way possible and are not willing to take any sort of criticism with a level head and would rather throw the criticism on Nazis and racists instead of actually recognize that they, in fact, are just losers that wrote the scene power of one, power of two, power of many, and no matter how many racists are criticizing them, they will never unlive that. So, guys, if you are new here, which you probably aren't realistically, I've been getting hate brigades on my channel lately, so I doubt YouTube's promoting me too much. If you are new here, though, and you like a little bit of chaos, definitely subscribe, okay? I got no sides in this war, except my side. Also, I like making fun of idiots. This is crazy. I hope this lawsuit actually goes through. Not because I want to see the downfall of a major corporation or anything. Of course not. No. I want to see the downfall because it's fucking fun. Stay weird, fam. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.